We look exhausted.
It's because that was the truth.
Hello.
If we look exhausted, it's because it's real.
I just looked at the camera and said we look exhausted. Oh, that's because we are. All right.
Sure, lots of people are.
Hello, Soul Yates. Hey, Sharon. Nicole, April, Darlene, Eyes to See.
Jovan.
Oh,
Jovan.
man.
It's a cool name.
And there goes the chat. Hey, Homestead in the Highlands. Stivers, we love you. Hey, Gail. So, yeah, we've been working. Oh, thank you, B.
I think I'm more sore from the trampoline park.
Y'all, we took the kids to the trampoline park last night for Ezzy's birthday. And Jeremiah forgot that he is 34 and limited in movement because of his injuries and stuff from his tumors. Yep, he forgot that stuff. And he played like he was 10 years old for like 3.5 straight hours.
I was dunking on those goals.
He was. It was hilarious. Hello, Cosmopolitan Cornbread, the Prior Homestead. I saw someone say hi to Daniel, but I didn't see Daniel. Oh, there he is. Hi, Daniel. Oh, hey, Xavier. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day for all who care for others. That's such a good way to say that. I never know how to wish Happy Mother's Day because there are some people who, although they've never had biological children or had, even legal children that they raised, they cared for others in such a big way. So,
what?
Shalea, I hope I said that right, said she saw a kiddie pool on the side of the road and told her husband that she had to have it.
Did you stop and get it?
She said, Jess made me do it.
That's true.
Hey, Goldchaw Farm. So we got home from Baker Creek early on in this week. We had Natalie here with us for a couple of days, but she's actually stuck in Dallas right now. She should be getting on a plane here before too long. And so we've been getting back to the kind of swing of things the last couple of days. Thank you all for the Mother's Day wishes. It's been a really good day. Mm-hmm. Sweet Maya cleaned up the kitchen and cooked breakfast. And then his brother came over and our friend Ben, which we have now dubbed Ben Turn.
He's an intern, I guess, is what he said to call him. And his name is Ben. He's
really precious. And he has been such a massive blessing to us. And we're so thankful. But they were teaching him about some construction stuff today. Actually, Josh was teaching Jeremiah too, because they are doing like a really fancy roof on the pavilion. I've got some for the vlog tomorrow. But so, yeah, my pavilion got worked on today for Mother's Day, which is pretty cool. No, Megan, low battery. You got to find the charger. Thank you all for the kind comments.
Laugh, poop, repeat.
That's so funny. Oh, we turned on the camera to do this live, and I was like, we look so tired. Jeremiah's like, because we are. It rained there again today, Big Bear. We got a little bit of rain, but not a lot. It was just mostly sprinkling.
Hey, from Tampa. That's where my Nana lives.
No, yeah.
Well, I think isn't Tampa and St. Pete pretty close together?
No idea.
Oh, well, someone will know.
Yeah, Texas has been getting a ton of rain. Yeah, Denise, that was a hard aspect of today for sure.
What?
Your mom. It was definitely.
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely a hard thing.
The ground cherries made it great. They're planted. Ready to eat those things.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for sending that. We have ground cherries. Crisis averted.
Pineapple.
Sweet Maya has his pineapple ground cherries because I had started some, but I started Aunt Molly's.
No one even likes Aunt Molly.
You don't know. You haven't had them.
I asked the nieces and nephews. They said no. It stinks. If you're an Aunt Molly, I apologize. I'm not talking about you. It's like when I tell my sons, I'm like, you're my favorite son. named Benjamin.
Yeah. So today was thank you.
Oh, thank you
for that in Tampa. Yeah. So if you have any questions, I think that's kind of our goal for tonight is just to answer y'all's questions. We don't have any main points. We don't have anybody to introduce you guys to that's here with us. And so ask your questions in all caps.
Just boring old us.
And I'm really glad y'all can't smell me because it ain't cute. No, I'm for real. I really do smell bad.
I don't smell anything.
I can smell myself. I was sweating so hard.
No,
we were working outside. Did you just say nah, girl?
Jessica says she smells bad in about, I would say she says that 6 month period.
I don't say it 6 months. Say that like
you say you smell bad all the time.
3 times a day.
Yeah, I think 3 times a day. You're like, oh, I smell bad. So I come in and I smell her, and like, she's only actually smelled bad in our whole 8 years of marriage 3 times. 3 times in 8 years has Jessica ever actually smelled bad. But when she does smell bad, she does the thing. It'll knock you out.
What do I use to tie my tomato plants to the cattle panel, Whitney?
Love Cash Homestead. I'm sorry. Love Funk of My Woman. It's sexy. Dang.
I love that.
Y'all don't quit. We're going to be getting more messages.
That's awesome. The low Cash Homestead. That's good.
That's because she working hard.
I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Something about how do you do something in the garden.
I'm too tired right now. Oh, how do I tie plants to the cattle panels? Thank you, Blue Eye Lathers. I appreciate that. I use a product, which I'm thinking I may explore something different this year. But this is a really good product. I'm just trying to get more further away from using plastics. But it's like this stretchy tie tape. And in the past, I'd bought it just like at Walmart. It's a roll. It's like this big. It's like $2.99. I can use one roll for an entire season, so I can't imagine that most people would need more than that. But somebody told me something like that you can buy it labeled as something else. I can't remember what they said. It's some sort of plastic tape for marking stuff off. Somebody also told me like pantyhose, but I'm tying up 120 plants, and even though pantyhose are cheap, they ain't that cheap. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think Benjamin may be knocking on the front door.
I can hear him. I was just trying to ignore it. He's there with grandma. He's not outside by himself.
My mom's here. She's having a picnic with the boys in the garden. Narrow elastic. Do you know where there's a good place to get comfrey? I don't know where to order it from. I got mine from Shay when I was visiting her place in Washington. And I know that Heirloom Permaculture had some, but I don't know if they're shipping. I don't know if they're on here. Maybe we could ask them if they're shipping. Can I do more recipe videos? So I have a plan to share like the garden to table ideas with you guys, but I don't see myself doing tons of recipe videos because quite honestly, even though a lot of people ask for them, they don't do very well whenever I post them. But the other thing is I just don't like doing them because usually when I'm cooking, I'm trying to get my family fed among all the other things I'm doing, and videoing it takes twice as long. But what I think that I'm going to do is show you guys what I'm doing and kind of link places where there are directions for you. Link blogs, link other recipe videos, and that sort of thing. Because really it's the ideas I think a lot of people are looking for. And so I'm going to start doing that just as I use stuff throughout this summer, kind of saying, hey, this is what we're eating today. This is what I'm harvesting, and this is what I'm doing with it.
You can't carry
Morgan, I didn't know ducks got bumblefoot. I guess that makes sense. We've definitely done bumblefoot surgery on our chickens before. How do I store our surplus? Surveyor's tape. Yes, Southern Blessed Homestead. That's what it was. Surveyor's tape. That's what I'm used for the tomatoes. How do I store our surplus? We dehydrate stuff. We'll freeze it. Those are really the main ways that we do that. Do we have any fruit trees? We have one pear tree next door that's here before that's really established. We planted some and our goats killed them. And we've talked about in the future kind of clearing the trees out and possibly putting some over there, but we do not currently have fruit trees. Yes, Henny Hills, I did. I love that Jessie song, Iris. How about a Roots and Refuge cookbook? That is on my list. I would love to do that someday, and just share kind of like a garden to table type cookbook. That's something I would love to do. Thank you, Acres of Clay Homestead. I appreciate that. So, my favorite mug, Haley Rose, my friend who does pottery. She actually is helping sponsor a giveaway on Instagram, and I'm going to post that here. I may post it probably tomorrow, as well as Baker Creek and Rue Apron. So some of my favorite things, I would say garden things. I guess my favorite mug is a garden thing. She actually made a planter for this particular giveaway, so that's a garden thing. But make sure you're following us on
Seed Store. No.
Yeah, no. Have you seen the behind the scenes videos of Baker Creek? Like the amount of work that goes into selling seeds in excellence. And I wouldn't want to do it poorly because, I've ordered seeds from companies that did it poorly before. And it is very disappointing to order seeds and either they don't germinate or they grow something other than what was on the label. That bothers me so badly. And so I would hate to do it poorly. To do it well, though, my goodness, so much work. Should I put eggshells in my soil or do you have a different thing to fertilize? I just use compost and rabbit poop is what I fertilize my garden with. There are other things that you can get like, fertilizing blends and stuff. That's just what I use. Hello, the Grateful Sunites. How are you, sweet lady? Oh, do you ever buy from Seed Savers? Yes, I've bought from Seed Savers before. They have a really good company. I just kind of got hooked on Baker Creek when I first got into heirloom gardening. They were my first heirloom catalog to ever order. And I'm the kind of person who likes same. Like, I like things to be the same. And so when I find a company that I really like, I tend to just stick with them. So Mama and Baby Bear's Garden. Can you shout out 5-year-old Lily Ann Josephine? Hello, Lily Ann Josephine.
Hey, Lily Ann Josephine.
How are you? That's so sweet. I hope she's tickled. Yeah, I would love. Okay, we love you too, Daniel. Have fun buying groceries. Proud of you for making healthy choices of cooking food instead of eating out. I am. He's doing really well. How often do I add rabbit poo? Probably just twice a year is what I've done in the past. We'll get it in the spring and in the fall and just kind of amend everything. I am also getting into vermicomposting. I shared that earlier this week. So I'm going to have worm castings and stuff too. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. I'm so glad to hear that you've gotten back into the garden. Hey, Sammy, Little Creek.
Oh, is she?
We got to meet Sammy from Little Creek Homestead at Baker Creek this week.
That was fun.
That was super fun and just so honoring and so sweet. And it is really cool for me to see young people. Sammy, how old are you? 11, 12? I don't want to call her younger than she is because I don't want to.
I thought she said she was 11 or 12.
11 or 12. I can't remember. But so cool to see young people enthusiastic about homesteading and sharing it on YouTube. So I thought that was really cool. How are the baby quail? I have bad news. And I was trying to decide if I was going to put it in the vlog tomorrow or what, but I guess I always tend to share the bad news on live videos. We had a very a freak thing happen the other night. So we got these quail. I didn't think they were going to hatch. Well, then they start hatching and 7 or 8 of them hatched out. So we were like, awesome. We're going to have these button quail. We put them in a box with a heat lamp on it. I never use heat lamps. I hate heat lamps. I always use ambient heating plates. We got them
But
from
they're
Premier
so
One years
tiny.
ago, but these button quail were like this big. And the heat plate only went down so far. And I was very concerned that they weren't going to be warm enough. So I was like, well, let's put a heat lamp on it. We were up here. I had already gone to bed, and that heat lamp exploded. And Jeremiah smelled something burning and went downstairs. And it had killed the quail. And I am really glad that it didn't happen after we had gone to sleep. The box was on fire. And, you know, like stuff like that happens. I will never have a heating lamp on. I will never use those again. Like,
I'm just glad I hadn't fallen asleep yet.
I mean, he was sitting up here because Jeremiah.
I was laying with Ben in his bed, and I started smelling it through the vent.
Yeah.
It was coming up through the HVAC system, and I was like, that doesn't smell right.
What brand was the heat lamp? I'm sure it was from.
Actually, it was not from Tractor Supply. It's the one I got. We were in a pinch for the goat birthing, and it was cold, and Tractor Supply closes early, and I got it from PetSmart, and it's a lizard heat lamp. The same wattage and everything as a regular heat lamp, but it was a brand I've never used.
Henny Hill said they had a heat bulb explode before.
It sucks. I mean,
and Clawfoot said heat lamps burn down whole barns. I've heard that stuff before, and I've always been anxious about them. That's why we got the heat plates. We've used heat plates for 4 years. Like we haven't
never used heat lamps.
We haven't used heat lamps.
I didn't
for a
have
long
this
time.
one for birds. I had it for the goats.
Yeah,
that's what we got it for. Because putting it out in the barn, I mean, it's never had an issue.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was one of those things. Yeah, this is our second almost fire. This one was much more an almost fire. Last time we had that extension strip, that power strip catch fire, but it was like small. It was a small fire. And the thing that was so scary about that was that it was right next to our mattress. So like that was when we were having all the electrical issues. Like this box was on fire. Like literally you could smell it. Jeremiah came in and woke me up. And because I'd already gone to sleep, and he woke me up and was like, hey, this thing just happened. And I mean, he smelled of smoke. You could smell it in the house. It smelled like electric.
We have a fire extinguisher. It was in the basement. I didn't need a fire extinguisher because the box was burning, but it wasn't like active flames. It was like smoldering.
Yeah.
And so I just grabbed it and kicked open the garage door and got it into some water that pulls up on outside.
Yeah, we have a fire extinguisher, and we have like all kinds of fire alarms and stuff, everything. But yeah, totally. All these people are talking about stuff burning down because of heat lamps.
Yeah, I'm done with that crap.
Sea, we almost lost our chicken coop. People talking about barns burning down. Yeah, like I'm serious, guys. Like.
And I'm sorry that the quail died. That really sucks.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously that's
stuff.
I like it is very, very, very difficult for me whenever animals die under our care. Like there have been multiple times that in losing animals that I've literally considered getting rid of all of it. And this wasn't one of those times. This was very unfortunate, but it was pretty overshadowed by the fact that I was just really glad that our house didn't burn down, and like that we didn't get that no person got hurt. But please consider switching over from heat lamps if you are brooding. I mean,
we'll even add the heat plates that we use to the store so y'all can find them.
Like seriously, please consider.
They work phenomenal. As far as even keeping, especially chickens and turkeys and guineas. Like I'm telling you, like they are a phenomenal.
And if you have to use heat lamps, do not do it in your house. Like.
Well, that's what we have the heat lamps for, was for the barn. Which,
right.
Honestly, if the bulb had exploded, maybe it would have injured a goat. But honestly, in a stall, they have enough space to get away, and it's not going to burn down.
Well, it could. I mean, people lose. That's what they're saying. People lose barns. Goldshaw Farm, Morgan, I'm glad you're going to use plate brooders. Like, they are better. Like, the plate brooders are better because it just mimics like a mother hen more, because the chicks can get in and out of it if they need to. You don't deal with like pasty butt as much. You don't deal with issues.
That's a good idea.
What?
Cheryl Crockett or the quail, would they be safe on the heat nets you use for germinating seeds?
That's not a bad idea. The thing is, quail can get, I'm going to find the heat plates that we have. Quail can get overheat or under, they get cold easily. Like we lost some the last time that we hatched them because
we thought they had enough.
Because we thought that they had enough heat and they didn't. And it was winter and our basement was cold. And we have other eggs. I don't have more button quail eggs, but I'm just not like that was just not good. We got the heat lamp or the heat plates from I think it was from Premier One, like back before I ever watched YouTube. I didn't know before I ever saw people using like Premier One fencing and all of that stuff. We got that. Let me see if I can get this link. These are the heat plates that we use. How do we keep pest animals out of our garden?
We just put up a lot of really clear signs. And we have really good, stern, powerful communication with them. Now listen, Mr. Rabbit. I understand you got to feed your family of 17, but you can't have all the cabbage. Right? No, that's not how we did it.
No.
Well, if that doesn't work, you always use a 12 gauge. I'm joking. Golly, you just got to go from one side of extreme to the other side of extreme, little Maya.
Well, we have cats. That's probably the biggest
George
deterrent.
helps considerably, but honestly, we've got something coming in right now. I'm digging.
Something isn't getting in my garden right now.
It's not digging up plants, and it's not really going after the eggs.
I don't know what it is.
It's digging up the edges of the mulch under the beds, and I think it's going after grubs and worms.
Yeah, I think it might be like a mole or something.
I don't think it's a mole. Moles don't do like that.
Or maybe raccoon.
I don't think it was a raccoon because it would probably smell out the eggs. So I think it's probably like some kind of like armadillo, maybe.
Well, we do have armadillos.
It could be something like that because it's not getting up into the beds, and mostly it's getting just on the ground and it's rooting like a pig, which armadillos do that. And they go after grubs and stuff. So.
Yeah, something is digging up our mulch. So I'm not sure. We're going to put the game cam out there. Didn't you say you were going to put something?
That I'm also going to go on Amazon and order a motion sensor light that kicks on, that's solar powered. Like Dan down the street, he put his garden out and he's not living there right now, so he can't monitor it. And so he has these lights that turn on by motion sensor and they're charged solar light by solar power. And so if we just put a couple of those out on the edge of the fences, and they kick on when something walks by, then they won't. So
that might be a good answer for those.
But we really don't have a lot of pests not pests. We don't really have a lot of varmints. Yeah, varmints.
Varmints, isn't that a thing?
Yeah, it sounds like a Western thing. Like land over here. Get out of my garden, you varmint.
Somebody asked, can I recommend an Australian garden YouTuber? I know there's a guy down there that's good.
Morgan, I have seen an armadillo. Let me tell you this. One time, one came at me freaking cray sideways like it was going to bite me. And I'm like jumping around. I just happened to have a 9mm pistol out there because I heard something like going after the chicken. Like the chickens were freaking out.
Rabid?
No, I don't think so. They could, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't rabid. It was at night. It was just really aggressively trying to scare me off. And so I just freaked. I didn't know what it was. But so the chickens were freaking out. So I go out there with the gun and I look around. And all of a sudden this armadillo is just running at me. So I just, without even thinking, just boom, just shot. And it just ricocheted off the armadillo. And it kept running. So I'm running away from it. I'm like, get away from me, you devil thing.
Self-sufficient me is the Australian gardener that I was thinking of. Thank you, Jay. Brent, and I see several people, Rock and C, that said that. That's the one I was looking for. Yeah, Big Bear, do you know what that would be digging up in our mulch? It's something. Somebody said something.
I promise you that 9mm ricocheted off that armadillo, Jason. It happened. I heard it go ding, and that armadillo jumped up about 4 feet in the air, and it freaking took off after me. It was trying to kill me.
Hey, Jason said just get a cage that they're easy to catch. Oh, somebody said that it might be a skunk.
It could be a skunk. Oh, God. Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I ain't got time for no bronchitis.
I love this. This is one of my favorite things I ever saw.
A skunk?
Okay.
What if it's the albino skunk? It's come to live here. Jason.
I was driving home.
Are you busy?
I'm telling them about the albino skunk. He's
crushing your dreams. He said it's an armadillo.
No.
Because they're going after the grubs and the worms.
Well, listen, I still need to tell them about the albino skunk. I saw an albino skunk. I'm still really excited about it. It was about 5 months ago. I was driving home one night. It was a Wednesday. And I saw it go into a ditch. And I was with Jackson. And I thought it was a cat because I just saw its fluffy white tail. And I slowed down because it ran across the road and down into this ditch. And I thought it was a kitten. And the area where we were, there's like no houses around. People dump animals out here. And I was going to rescue it because, you know, it was a kitten with a fluffy tail. Naturally, I was going to bring it home. And so I stopped my car and it came back out of the ditch. And I was like, that is not a cat. And it came out in front of me and it was an albino skunk. Jason, I will tell you, Jason, I love you. Because I have told everybody who will listen about the albino skunk. And Daniel was pretty excited about it, but he's pretty excitable. Like, he gets, like, really pumped about stuff if someone else is pumped about it. And I was so pumped about the albino skunk that he was pretty excited. But then everybody else was like, yeah, that's cool, except for Jason. Whenever we were here, Big Bear Homestead was here for the shindig. And Jason and Maya came and picked me and Natalie up from the airport. And every time I drive past the place where I saw the albino skunk, I just tell people about it because it's one of the coolest things. And, Lauren, you did think that it was cool. Lauren was pretty impressed with the albino skunk, but nobody was as excited about it as Jason. And he did want to trap it and kill it, but he was.
Morgan
excited.
said you're like Ahab of the white skunk.
It's just really cool.
Jason, I need you to cut off one of your legs from the knee down and get a peg leg.
No.
And come try and catch your skunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dolly, we still have our quail. I'm actually going to gather their eggs
Their
and
egg
hatch some more of them.
production. So the Vincents actually got out of their quail. They said they had a lot of fighting and they weren't really laying very well. And honestly, we weren't having a lot of egg production until just recently. We're finally getting about 5 or 6 eggs a day.
Yeah, we don't have that many though.
No, we have about 25 next door.
But some of those are males.
Oh, no. How many? Quail? Yeah, we have about 20. We have about 25 eggs stored up.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to hatch more quail, more regular quail.
Not going to use a heat lamp.
No. Someone is asking about my necklace. Yeah, it's a bird. And it's from a company. They're on Instagram called Lovishly, Lovishly. I'm not like affiliated with them or anything. I don't have a link or anything like that, but I've just bought necklaces from them for a long time because a lot of necklaces change my skin color, and so theirs are good. Yeah, Jason said that skunk was really rare, and somebody said that it needs a name, and I agree because every time I drive that area, I'm like looking for that albino skunk because
no, we haven't harvested any the quail yet. The Rooted Wanderer, which is Lauren and Brandon, they were the ones farm sitting for us when we went to Georgia for the wedding, and they messaged us freaking out.
Guys, okay, let me tell you,
distraught.
This is my best friend, and they seriously took such good care of our farm, like completely, like they probably took better care of it than we do.
I honestly think it's possible because we do a really good job, but sometimes we're like, she'll be fine, right? Because we're so tired. You know what I'm saying? But they're like,
you're busting one.
I'm busting her out, but like they were so freaking out. They opened the cage, and honestly, I think that's what's helped our egg production go up because I had one freaking feisty little male quail in there. Like you go to put the feeder in. Sorry, you go to put the feeder in, and it like attacks your hand. It's like, rah! Right? Well, that's actually why the Vincents got rid of their quail because there were all these attacks and they were killing each other. And she's like, it was some weird like movie thing. Anyways, we had one really crazy quail where she opened the cage while we were gone and it flew out, and they were freaking looking for this quail that like flew away for like an hour and a half trying to find one quail. And then she finally tells Jessica,
they're like, we're so sorry
we lost one of the quail, and we're just like,
like, guys, come on, like it's fine. It's not, like with that particular instance, we have too many males.
Lawrence, you're lying. You have heard a quail make that sound. That's what their little squawk sounds like. It's like, I'm pretty good at impressions.
It was one of those things that we were like, it's okay. It happens. Thank you for taking such good care of everything. You're so like they did awesome.
Yeah, they did good, except for the one lost quail. I'm still hoping he comes back. I put out a little bit of feed every day on the fence post.
They did a great job. Lauren actually posted like some stories and stuff of the farm while I was gone, and like so that I could see. Yeah, our male to female ratio is off, and that was like one of the most dominant males. And honestly,
and since he's gone, like everyone's
she said,
super
"Stop
happy."
it.
So mean.
He loves to give Lauren a hard time.
What's mean?
You talking about the
I really have. I've been putting out a little bit of feed to bring it back, and I'm like, if you come back, I'll put an onion poultice on your chest. I've got a potion. Did you drink your potion?
Stop.
All right, I'll leave Lauren alone because she's awesome.
No, they did take really good care of our farm.
They did do pretty good, like you said, pretty much better than us. All right, we need one more person to join. Oh, there we go, 2 more. Let's get out of that 666. I'm not superstitious or anything.
Vivian, did you say pasty butt? What is that? When you're brooding chicks, if they're too hot, they get like where their poop kind of builds up on their butt, and it can actually kill them if that happens.
Which ones? The baby goats?
That's what it's called.
You're talking about goats or chickens?
Chicks.
Pasty goats butt. Get it too?
Yeah, kind of. It's a little different with them.
It's all gross. You know, whenever Jessica's want me to get on Instagram, because she's Roots and Refuge on Instagram, obviously, because we're Roots and Refuge. This is before YouTube, so I was like, she's like, you should get your own Instagram. So you quit checking mine. You keep messing up my notifications. I'm missing my messages and notifications and all this stuff. So I was like, fine, I'll make my own. I'm gonna call it Roots and Refuse because I'm the one that Roots and Refuse because I'm the one that deals with all the crap. And there's a lot of crap on the farm.
Whitney Gibson said, Jess and Sweet Maya, if you could see the wonderful garden I've planted using the seeds I won in the 100K giveaway, it would make your heart sing. Oh, well, Whitney. Whitney, post pictures on the Facebook group. I would love to see that. I would appreciate that so much. Goldshaw Farm said to Vivian about pasty, but it's like a cork in a water faucet, pretty much.
Or a potato in a tailpipe. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Less bangs.
I don't know. Tammy Gear said, you have a necklace that has a half circle. I've always wondered what it says. That's actually another Lovishly necklace. I love Lovishly necklaces. There are a few more on there that I want, but I have I don't know. I'll get them eventually. This is the first necklace I've ever bought for myself. Usually I get them as gifts.
Josh at City said, one of our visits to my mother-in-law's in Georgia, I chased an armadillo for 30 minutes trying to catch that sucker to see it up close. I'm like, get away from me, you armored demon.
South. But Tammy, that necklace says, crud, now I can't remember what it was. What does my necklace say? Oh,
I don't even know.
Take courage, dear heart. That's what it says. Courage, dear heart, which is an Aslan quote from Narnia. I have a thing about Aslan. I love Aslan, like in a big way. That's one of my favorite stories. And so like from childhood, I've had this Aslan thing. So that's what that necklace is. And it's actually broken. I need to get Lauren to fix it. She fixes all my stuff for me. It's broken. But the little half circle is still fine. I just need to put it on anew. Oh, yeah. There's Lauren saying what my necklace is.
Here she is.
What are best friends for?
Sir Stink-a-Lot. Jess, you liked one of my Instagram posts last week. I'm so stoked. You inspire me.
Thank you. I'm glad. Willow Tree Homestead said, if I had a child, I would totally use the name Aslan. That's pretty cool. How old is Journey Pig? What does she eat? She is 4-ish or something like that. And she eats pretty much anything that you put in front of her. Mm-hmm. I mean, we feed her sweet feed and kitchen scraps, which is not the ideal pig diet necessarily, but
she seems to like it.
She's doing all right.
She ain't hurt pounds.
Lauren said, I fix all your stuff, keep up with your comments, and lose your quail. She's on here responding to comments. Oh, you haven't showed them what Lauren made for you.
Do you want me to?
You know you want to.
If you want me to. I want you to want me to.
Stop. Yes, Lauren made Jeremiah again. Yeah, you showed Morgan. Oh my gosh. Jen Stivers said she loves her some Journey Pig. It's her soul animal. I think they bonded.
Hey, do they want Journey Pig?
Yeah. Jeremiah said drive back from Kentucky and you can have Journey Pig.
I'm just trying to find all the reasons to bring the Stivers.
He's just trying to find reasons to get the Stivers to come back.
All right.
Where's your thing? You can't come without
Right
it.
there.
Oh. Oh, nerd out. Y'all are
All right.
not even ready for this.
I'll have some.
Yeah, Lovishly, Tammy. It's on. They're on Instagram. I think they have a website. Oh my gosh.
What? This is normal. This is perfectly normal. What, y'all don't sit around in Jedi robes with a lightsaber all the time?
Thank you, Merciful Roots.
This is how I eat breakfast.
I just pretend like it's normal. What in the world?
So,
Stop.
you want to go and make me some food.
Oh my
You want
gosh.
to laugh at all my jokes. You do not want to have any more animals.
So this is what Lauren made for Sweet Maya.
She did do a good job. This looks pretty legit. Now, come on now. This does look like a pretty cool Jedi robe.
It is very cool. Have you been following
Don't touch the lightsaber blade. It'll cut your hand off.
Have you been following Bobblehead Homestead? Yes, we have. We're actually friends with him here locally, and I think some of the guys locally are going to go out to his house here in a couple weeks and help him with some stuff.
Yes, we are.
Thank you, Homestead in the Highlands, for that. I don't have any information on growing poppy seeds at all. I'm sorry. I have not grown them even a little bit. Lauren said that needs to be a shirt. Maya in a Jedi robe that says, "This is how I eat breakfast."
That's how everyone should eat breakfast. You know what I'm saying?
Are you for real just going to do this live in that Jedi robe?
Let me show a little shoulder.
Stop being
Look at that.
inappropriate.
How
These are not the
inappropriate.
tomatoes you were looking for.
Oh, that should be a shirt. Morgan, get on it. I sent you a picture of me. Go ahead. These are not the tomatoes you're looking for.
Oh my gosh. That's
Move
my
along.
news, Michelle.
Move along.
We do not have a pig named Amanda. We have a pig named Journey Pig. We have a pig named Gerard, and we have pigs named Fanny and Clementine.
Oh,
Those
forget
are-
about Clementine.
And those are all the pigs that we have. These are not the seeds that you're looking for. Debbie Moore said, "My husband has learned not to be alarmed when I laugh
Morgan,
hysterically on Sunday nights."
Don't be insulting. I do not need to cut my hair into a Padawan braid. I'm a knight. Use the Padawan. Which I don't even know that's true, but I mean, if you're going to say that I'm a Padawan, then I'm just going to reverse it on you. Just saying.
I think you should speak life. I think you should call
I don't have
Morgan
to speak
something
life.
like nicer than Padawan. What is you said knight? Like, is there another level or something? Y'all, there are some things in our life and in our marriage that we do not see eye to eye on.
Which is what?
I do not care much about nerd culture. Now, I love hearing Jeremiah talk about things that make him excited. So, like when he left Endgame, he called me and told me all about it. And he didn't have to worry about spoiling it because, I don't care. But it's kind of reverse. Like Jeremiah doesn't eat tomatoes. It's true. And it's okay. I don't like movies. So
It's true.
we've learned to find
So
our
basically
common
what that means
ground.
is that you can find common ground with people.
Mosca Bianca, we do not sell our vegetables. It is all for personal consumption. We use everything, and that's why I grow a lot of things that can be canned, because I do can a lot of everything for ourselves. Obi Maya.
You'd be surprised how many times Jessica comes to me looking really cute and being like, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope."
That never happens. Ever.
Let's be honest.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he eats tomato products. He'll eat salsa and like spaghetti sauce.
See Morgan, he's gonna go watch Game of Thrones.
Bye, Morgan. tomato.
Did you get my gifts in the mail? What was your gift?
What was your gift? Yeah.
That would be good.
Somebody's talking about tomato sandwiches, guys. I love tomato sandwiches every single day of the summer. Every day.
I'll eat a tomato sandwich. Hold the tomato.
That's a bacon sandwich, baby.
I know, that's why it's so good.
How do you use your dehydrated tomatoes? Now, like the cherry tomatoes, we just eat them.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Fried green tomatoes are good. I actually...
Red Panda Ann has never had a tomato sandwich.
What?
This is awkward.
Woman. Gotta get with the program.
And we're going to be eating tomato sandwiches with our own
bacon.
pork.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, bacon.
Yeah, you don't have to have bacon to have a tomato sandwich.
Pretty much.
Tomato, mayo, good white bread. Now, I'm a wheat bread girl, but when it comes to tomato sandwiches, like I get that Sara Lee Artisano bread, that thick stuff. Now, I'm going to make my own bread this year for my tomato sandwiches and like take it to the next level since we're going to have our own pork. And I seriously am like thinking about it a lot on the regular. Oh, Plants and Passion. Thanks for noticing. Yes, 150,000 subs did happen today.
Oh, yep.
That was pretty amazing. So thank you.
Now that I've shown everyone my Jedi robe, we'll have even more. Of course.
That's what did it, I think. I really think it was the Jedi robe. It was the... Did you mind trick people into following our YouTube channel?
You don't want to ask me these questions.
Oh, look. Lauren said Brandon sub today. Like one of our best friends. Great. I'm super glad.
Thanks, Brandon. It only took you like a while.
What type of seeds are you sowing indoors versus outdoors right now? Also zone 7. Almost everything is going outside except the stuff that I'm trying to not get devoured by bugs. Like I just sowed some cucamelons inside in the greenhouse, but for the most part, everything's direct sown at this point. Yes, our channel has grown incredibly fast. It has been a massive blessing, and it's just really incredible to get to share it. Someone said just talk about how fast it's growing.
Hi, Guru Murfinda. Hello from Manchester, UK, guys. Love your channel. Thank you.
Barefoot Gardening.
I get so tickled by people out of the country.
Yeah, it is really neat to really consider the reach. Wow, Merciful Roots, your cucamelons already have fruit on them. That's awesome. Mine haven't even sprouted.
Yeah.
Barefoot Gardening said that they agreed that store-bought tomatoes taste like disappointment. That is true. They really do. I don't eat tomatoes.
Store-bought tomato sauce tastes like disappointment.
Yeah, that's true.
Jessica makes her own tomato sauce. We don't have any right now, but if we did,
it would be awesome. Mimsy's Garden said her own daughter didn't even sub her till she hit 500. That's funny.
She's like, you ain't even legit enough.
How long do okra take to sprout? They can take a little while, Melissa. Like, they're not... I think it can take a couple weeks. Like, I had some that Daniel sowed, and I thought they weren't going to come up, and then they did after a couple weeks.
What is a cucamelon? It is a cucumber.
It's looks called like Mexican sour gherkins, and it's essentially just a tiny little cucumber. They look kind of like miniature watermelons. Bye, Hoppy Sabbath Homestead. Must be hot because we're in tank tops. It was pretty warm today. What was it, like 80?
Yeah.
Probably 80 something
nice
today.
Day. I think we got a considerable amount of nice weather ahead of us.
Yeah, we're not supposed to have rain for the next few days, thankfully.
Oh, praise Jesus. I love it.
It's actually Sowards, the fishing hole. There's a D in there, Sowards, which I don't know the full history. That might have something in it to do with sowing, but from the research that I've done in the last, I think it's the German heritage of our name, is pig farmer.
Sow.
Yeah, so.
I guess it's only female pigs.
Lone Star Living, yeah, I've heard that it's pretty rough down there as far as being really wet. And a lot of people are saying they're having a hard time getting their garden in because of that.
In Texas? Really?
Yeah, it's really, really wet.
Wow.
Jeremiah, did you like Endgame? No spoilers.
Did they say no spoilers, or you're saying no spoilers?
I'm saying no spoilers. He wouldn't spoil it. He's not that kind of person. Do you know that somebody, for real, on a comment on
Facebook spoiled the whole thing?
Spoiled the whole thing
I'd
the
already
very
seen
first night. She
unfriended him. She's
did.
like, she doesn't even care about the movie.
But I was like, I just don't
that's wrong.
I don't need that kind of person in my life. I didn't know them anyway, but like,
they feel I have 50 to 70 tomato plants this year.
Oh, Shelly.
That's why she's sending us $2. Like, that's all I got left. Thanks to you, Jessica. I just wanted to let you know that's it. So I'm eating nothing but tomatoes because I can't even afford for the rest of the year to buy anything else. I know. I feel you.
Thank you for that. And when everybody tells me stuff like that, I always say, you're welcome and I'm sorry.
It's okay. I had a lot of people, especially at Baker Creek, be like, oh, you're the guy with the greenhouse. That keeps increasing my honeydew list of all these things. I'm like, that's me. I'm sorry.
Two Family Homestead said that the property down close to Deep South Homestead is all flooded. Yeah, it's pretty bad down there. Thank you, Ann and Andy's Homestead, for my mug. Do you see how it has? This is our love mug. My friend Haley made this for me. Haley Rose Ceramics.
My mug's broken.
I know. The handle is broken. I'll have to get you a new one.
Maybe Haley can make me a new one. That's like a matching love tree.
Yeah. But
bigger.
Jim Brown said, I got that Hori tool you recommended. It's substantial. Any new favorite garden tools? So, guys, I found this company called Bare Bones Living and saw they had this cool Hori garden tool. Didn't know the people. Didn't have, like I always say no affiliation because I want you guys, like, even if I ever did take a sponsorship, it would be for something that I would have used anyway. But I want you to know whenever I'm telling you something, I don't ever want you guys to think I'm trying to like push you into buying something because I'm getting paid to do it or anything like that. But like this garden tool, I came across it and literally just became like wildly obsessed with it. When I got my Hori, all these people bought it. Look at all this.
I got a Hori.
Like, that's like tons of them. Okay, so
like I get to see like Gangs of New York style, like all this fall
gardeners of New York.
They're like, what battle rules are. Hori's only.
When it came in the mail, I put it in I'm so silly. I put it in my purse and carried it around for like 3 days because it felt so cool. It's so Green Zebra Gardening. He loved his. Thank you, Beverly. But yeah, so I totally like loved that thing, and I shared about it. And you guys have bought out their Amazon stock like 3 times and put the thing out of stock like 3 times. It's really like it. I just did something I wasn't supposed to do.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to open a window.
Where did everyone go?
Did I really close it?
I hope not.
Did I really close it?
Where? Click the thing. Oh, you did really close it. Is that the end of the live?
I don't think so. I think we're still on here. You're the computer one.
What did you do? It really is gone.
No, it's not. It's still.
Oh no, it's still going, but I don't know how.
It's okay if they can see us.
Stop! No. You need to stop clicking things. There it is.
We're back. Okay. Well.
She's like, everyone's laughing at us. Like,
I was trying to link the Hori tool, so you guys
just stop. Just Lauren, link the Hori tool before we end this live.
Buy Tesla stuff. Thank you so much for that. Yes. So y'all sold it out. Well, actually, after that, I ended up talking with Bare Bones Living, and they actually sent me a couple of their other like just garden hand tools to try, and they are really good. I mean, they're very good. They're very good quality. But the Hori is going to stand. It's like my favorite garden tool like ever. It is just really exceptional.
They have a couple of things that I want to try out.
Yeah,
because honestly how sturdy it was. They have like this it's the Japanese name, but it's like a short machete for like taking out brush and stuff like that. I want to try it. And they also have this thing called a Pulaski axe, which the tool that I use the most when helping Jessica is this 3-prong, like adjustable hoe kind of thing that, because I do
There
a lot
it
of the
is.
heavy,
There's the link.
a lot of the heavy weeding and stuff where you have to really get in and get the roots out. I do a lot of that. And so I'm going to see if we can try out the Pulaski axe because I think it'd be a really awesome tool to have around here.
Yeah. So, other gardening tools. I have yet to find another like gardening hand tool that impressed me as much as that one. Like that, I will be giving that to people as gifts. Like I just need to buy
Crafting Squirrel.
several.
If you send an email, we probably haven't gotten it yet. We really haven't had time celebrating Ezra's birthday this weekend to sit down and check emails. So we'll probably be checking emails and messages tomorrow.
Do the cinnamon challenge. No, thank you.
B-Ran. Went to my local greenhouse today and took pictures of all the variegated plants.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Floridian Homesteader. Hey guys, new to the channel and have been binge watching every one of your videos. Love the content. I've learned so much. Well, thank you for that. That's awesome. That's cool. Been learning a lot about the garden. And now today you've been learning about Jedi stuff. I'm never going to do the cinnamon challenge because I know that it's actually not possible. What music we like to listen to? I'm not really. I don't listen to just one kind of thing. I listen to all kinds of music. Currently, I listen to a lot of Mumford & Sons. So I'll go and listen to like on the way to Baker Creek. It was me, Daniel, Natalie, and Jessica, and then little Ben. And we listened to the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack the whole way there and back, which was fun. I love that soundtrack. So it's pretty fun songs to listen to. We have one pear tree. We haven't really planted a fruit orchard yet. So part of that is because we haven't had space to really plant it and take care of it. We do listen to some country, bare bottom acres. Mostly listen to Christian music. And then, like I said, I'm listening to a lot of Mumford & Sons, but that's really not that normal for me. I've done that. Mostly I've been listening to that because of my mom.
Yeah, mostly. And by Christian music, it's not like radio Christian music. It's like kind of more obscure indie type stuff and worship music. I've been listening to this guy called Chris Renzema lately a lot. Let me see what his album is called. Chris Renzema, I'll Be the Branches. That's one that I've been listening to.
The concert we're going to in Denver is the day of my mom's birthday, which I think is August 15th.
Yeah. Actually, I saw somebody who's wanting to get a hold of Daniel. He actually said,
Lauren.
That's his email address. So on music, Chris Renzema, obviously listen to Daniel's album a good bit. Songs from the Secret Place, that's out now. Recently, I got introduced to a guy called Andrew Blooms, which Daniel met him, and he's got a really good album. United Pursuit is one that we really like.
What is Pam Jennings talking about? She said, when is the alpaca coming? What alpaca?
No idea. Josh Garrels.
After White House on the Hills, most recent video, I think we're going to get an email for sure. I like emails now.
I don't want an email. Emails make me feel very afraid.
Very afraid.
Cool, Gail. I hope you like it.
What?
People ordering the hori hori.
Oh, yeah. Hey, from the frigid north. Have fun up there. I'm glad I'm not there.
Are you going to grow anything up around the pavilion? I was thinking about possibly like running some wires down around the edge and like growing some stuff up the corners and stuff. I haven't decided yet.
These people are crazy. Think they can just force us to get alpacas. We live our life. We do what we want. We ain't getting no alpacas. Right?
I've been sworn to secrecy on anything that's coming onto the farm because you like a buildup. You
That's
like
right.
drama.
Well, I'm just saying, I built up the greenhouse and that turned out well.
Oldsmobile, yes. Emus are like dinosaurs. Yeah, Lauren, after the drive-through zoo. One time me, Lauren, and Daniel went through a drive-through zoo and
we're gonna put that footage in a vlog one day.
An emu and an ostrich. The dimples don't lie.
What dimples about what?
Nothing.
You guys think you're clever.
Actually, Acres of Clay. It's gonna be in the vlog tomorrow that I was
Rose.
sharing. Oh hey Rose, happy Mother's Day to you too. We're going to Ohio to get the animals in Father's Day weekend, which is the middle of June. We actually had to push it back a little bit because we have to get some more trees cleared out. Jeremiah's been working on it. I'm showing you guys that in the vlog tomorrow. And we have to seed that so that the animals can have a place to stay and something to eat. That is all. Good night, Tammy.
That is all.
She can't even see the word animals. Concert Denver details. Mumford & Sons on August the 15th. That's where we're going. Not at the...
Sherry says, we can tell you scary emu stories when you come up.
Yes, scary emu stories. Really, Big Bear?
Fernando Gutierrez.
We'll have
Hello
to
from
touch
Alabama.
base and see where you guys are going to be. Oh, Sharon. Sharon said she spent her entire garden fund on seeds, and now her husband has grounded her from the debit card, but then he told her she couldn't buy any cattle panels, but then he brought them home to her. That's awesome.
A good man.
Good man. Good night, Melody.
Good night, Melody. We only got like 3 minutes left.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I loved premiering the garden tour the other day. I thought that was really fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed sharing that.
You wanted to do a premiere every time
for
the tours?
I would really like to share those in premiere. It was fun to get to chat with everybody. It was a little bit like nerve-wracking for me because, to be completely honest, I love sharing the garden tour videos, but like I'm always just like amazed that you guys want to watch it, just to be completely truthful. And so I literally got really nervous.
After we've had all this growth and stuff, like the very first garden tour, she's like, people aren't really gonna want to watch this.
I know.
And so it's like a year later, it's like people really probably won't watch this.
I was like, literally like, was it stupid to premiere this? Like, it doesn't feel like a build up to just like a slow walk through the garden, but like, it was really fun.
Confident, cool chick.
You should do an aerial view of the garden. We're actually hoping to purchase our drone like next week. Because we use our Amazon affiliate funds. When you guys shop through our affiliate links and on our storefront, we actually use all of that income because we make small commissions when you guys use those links. And there are a lot of you, and y'all been buying some Hori tools, and so that does add up. But we've committed that all of that. Your Hori tools are actually helping our channel get better.
So I'm hoping that we can get the Mavic in. We might be able to get the Mavic in and do aerial footage for the next garden tour if we get it in fast enough.
Yeah, we're gonna get a drone. It's really exciting.
I'm pretty pumped.
Really excited. Single Dad Homesteading. He said we would watch you guys grow grass. We love you so much.
Hey, we're growing grass. Let's do a grass tour. So this is the grass that I haven't cut yet.
That's all of it.
This is the grass that I haven't cut yet either. I'm going to fly the drone. Jessica's not flying a drone.
I could.
No. You just almost shut down this live video just by trying to search for a Hori tool. We're not putting an expensive piece of equipment that can literally fly 3 or 4 miles away. And you just be like, squirrel! And it just crashes into the creek. Like I said, we've learned what we're good at and what we're not good at.
Oh, Floridian. Thank you so much for that. Floridian homesteader. My husband wants to thank you for getting me hooked on buying seeds. I'm a full card on Baker Creek.
You should do a video on what equipment you use for videos. That's true. We actually, I think, are going to be buying a new camera.
Actually, yes. My G7X, which has been my old trusty for the last 2 years, and I've shot so many videos on it. And I have a big camera, but like that, the little one is my vlog camera. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but my Baker Creek video had some sound issues, and it just had some issues. And anyway, it's breaking.
Like the screen's coming off, the screws keep falling out.
Yeah, there's something going on with the sound. So I don't know. I'm going to try to repair it. Like it's been messed up. The front's been messed up.
I don't know if we end up getting the other camera that you're talking about and retiring that one. I think we should get it fixed and make sure it's functioning right and it's fully functional. And then we bless somebody with it that wants to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because that's better than no camera.
So, we're going to be getting a new camera soon. That's going to be a necessity. But I actually really want to do some videos for you guys who are wanting to start YouTube channels and make content and just kind of share some tips and some different things on that, because we get so many messages about that of people wanting to do that.
Elizabeth from Red Panda Inn asked about how much does it cost to go on like these events. Like Baker Creek really wasn't super expensive because we decided to camp. We just really had to pay for fuel.
We do things really cheaply. Like
we don't really eat.
We don't go
expensive. We try and bring food
like
if we
restaurants.
can.
Yeah. And like we usually, like when we went to Homesteaders America, we stayed with my cousin who happens to live in that small town where Homesteaders America takes place. So we usually do these trips really on the cheap.
We have a GoPro. That's actually what I shot the time lapse for the greenhouse video on. So we have a Hero 7 Black that we also use our Amazon stuff to get for the time lapse of the greenhouse. And that's what I was mentioning, like putting it on Ben and letting him do like a vlog, garden tour, dino, eat kale thing. So that'd be funny. What are you reading?
Lawrence Apiary said yes for the mentor videos. I would just like to really share that and encourage people. Was that the Hori Hori link? Thank you, Velvet Angel. Did you see where I shared Daniel's channel?
When we come see Daniel, we'd love to meet y'all when you come see Daniel.
They're local. Would you consider doing a meet and greet when you come to Denver? Yeah.
Yeah. It'll just be us, but
yeah. Yeah, it'll just be us, but that would be fine.
We put the GoPro on Ladessa and it did not turn out well. Did she take it into the bathroom with her or something? Like
Ladessa is such a wild
thing. Did she just jump in the pond and like lose it?
I love Ladessa. Like she is so awesome. Big Bear Homestead has really great kids. Like they're just really, really awesome.
Hey, Tony Martinez just started watching your videos like a week ago. Well, that's cool.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you here. Super excited. I love it whenever people like tell us how they just found us or different things. Like I just love hearing. I think that it's really cool. The reach.
What's the name of the town in Ohio? Caldwell?
You don't give them too much information. I'll go on.
Cincinnati? I don't actually know what it's called. I can't remember. So I guess I'm not telling you now.
Oh, I was going to link the Hori Hori, but I can't find it.
You're just close to live again.
No, I didn't. It's right there. I can see it. Thank you, Isabella.
What are the best tomatoes for tomato juice? No idea. I've never made tomato juice.
I actually don't make tomato juice either. Usually I use up all of them making salsa, spaghetti sauce, and diced tomatoes and sandwiches. Thank you, Lauren. There's the Hori Hori knife. Yeah, and Stivers. They're on it.
Excellent. said.
Okay, so someone said, when are you going to pick what you're going to put on the garden sign? You guys have blown me away with suggestions for the garden sign, and someone actually suggested that I make it a chalkboard, and I actually asked Maya if he could help me by making a chalkboard to put there, and I'm going to change it out weekly, what it says, so that you guys can...
They're going to sell out the Hori guys again.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of people like, got it. It's in the cart. Done.
Also, if you want, will somebody post a link to our Amazon storefront? One of my moms do that, please.
Well, we'll be in Ohio the third weekend in June. If you guys want.
Yeah, maybe we could work out.
Well,
we have a lot of people who follow us in Ohio.
We'd have to do it on the way there.
Yes, because on the way back we'll have
some emus or something. Dinosaurs. I'm hoping it's a T-Rex.
Someone.
Gosh, I want a T-Rex so bad. What if we could get like a mini cow, but a mini T-Rex?
So weird. Did our glass insert arrive yet? No.
Check your email. I sent you a ramble. Oh, that Sherry. She sure can ramble.
Two Family Homestead. I need to touch base with you about.
Oh my gosh! There. If I could have a little colony of Ewoks, I would be so happy.
Thank you, Stivers, for posting that. There's our Amazon store for those of you who.
That's why I want an emu, and I want to name it Blue. And
Big Bear's going to be in Ohio on the 15th. That's when we're going up there. As the third, like. The
I know that. I planned it so I can hang out with Big Bear, right? That's why I did it like that, because I like Big Bear.
I know you do.
It's kind of in the middle of, it's in that state called Ohio somewhere. The Ohio Valley. Is that a thing? I don't know. I think I remember like a Civil War movie that used to talk about. Oh, it's the Shenandoah Valley. Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
I want to name it Blue and teach it to make sounds like the Velociraptors from the new Jurassic World.
Yeah, I knew that reference because I watched that movie.
Yeah, and you freaking hated it.
Sweet Maya needs his own manly shirts for the men who follow him.
He's onto something here. Let's do a manly shirt.
Yeah, we could do a manly shirt. What does a manly shirt look like?
Guns, American flag, rockets, a T-Rex erupting out of a volcano with me riding it. With a chat box that says,
no. Oh my gosh.
And then, I'll be carrying a Baker Creek catalog, just kind of tie it all together.
Brandon, thank you for that. What do you do about too much rain in the tomato garden?
Well, ours are raised beds, so even if we get a ton of rain, it runs off. So we don't really have to deal with it. Now,
make sure it's well mulched. That's one thing with tomatoes, to make sure you're not getting a bunch of splashback. As far as them sitting in the rain, I don't know that there's that much you can do.
Oh yeah, I got to do my essential oil thing too.
Yeah.
If I do a manly shirt, it's not going to say Sweet Maya on it. Okay, it's not manly.
You have embraced it though.
Embracing it and calling it manly are two different things.
Yeah, people already think that you have a woman's name, Maya.
Oh, great. I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know. You did this.
People don't know.
This is the first time since childbirth that this has been reversed. You did this to me. Your fault.
Oh, man. Big Bear said you're a Hollywood.
Only you could pull off a Sweet Maya t-shirt. Well, hopefully other people could pull it off if I make it. So that way, people will buy it. If it's kind of weird looking, they probably won't buy it. I got to think, what is a manly shirt? If I can get if you can get them to get me the bare bones stuff, we can get that bare bones stuff. I can do a manly garden pose, like dirt, plastic accident, whatever that thing's called. You know what I'm talking about? Really, I need a post hole digger and a T-post driver.
Denise's husband's name is Dana. A lot of people don't realize Maya is short for Jeremiah. It's just a nickname for Jeremiah.
Would love some tips on growing in the desert. I don't know how much I can help with that.
I don't know. Weedham and Reap share some about her garden there in Phoenix. I've only ever grown in lush
I know.
Arkansas.
Like, I'd like to help. I don't even know how to grow stuff here, and this is where I live. My name could be Nanda. Someone already has that name.
Yeah.
Oh,
her.
that's her.
Your name.
Thanks, Mom. Is that really your name, Nanda?
Yeah, Bonneterre. Yeah, Nanda. She said your name could be Nanda. Just saying. So he's like, someone has that name. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
wait. I know that picture.
Yep. I think that's a really cool name, Nanda. And I've been in rooms before with like 7 or 8 other Jessicas, like not large rooms, not large crowds, like just it's that popular of a name. So
yeah, for the desert people who need help, go to the Friends of Roots and Refuge page and start a thread about people who are growing in the desert, and then y'all help each other. Because as much as we'd love to help, I don't know what to do.
Yay, Grandma's garden! I'm glad you got one.
Get some water. Like, if you're in the desert, water's always good. I mean, that's from a movie.
Stop.
I'm just saying, like, you need water.
Okay, for real though, we started the Friends of Roots and Refuge group to create community, to answer questions that and like to help build community where we weren't able to help, because like a lot of people have questions, like gardening questions and stuff, that I have no idea, because I've only ever gardened in Central Arkansas. That's it. And so there's
already 2 or 3 people saying, yeah, we're in the desert, so just get on there and start a thread
and start
helping.
Like,
yeah, seriously, that's awesome.
The best way to do it, because we really wanted to create community around the people who had questions that we couldn't answer, and also just to share, because we're all so excited about gardening. Oh wow!
I don't have to tell people I'm tough. I'm just tough.
Thank you, Slapdash Minis. I appreciate that, and we're glad to have you as new fans. What Anna Mixer? Thank you, Anna. What is the tomato is best for tomato sandwiches?
Dr. Witches.
Wyches.
I'm never changing. All you English majors out there.
I do want to say, I know I pronounce things wrong, and sometimes people are very gracious in telling me that I'm wrong. Sometimes they're kind of mean, but here's the truth. And this is something that I don't talk just a whole lot about, but I am like totally Southern country bumpkin, and everything I've learned by reading. And so like I pronounce a lot of stuff wrong because I learned about reading. And that's that. So Dr. Wyches, Witchy. It is my favorite for tomato sandwiches. Girl. And Paul Robeson.
I'm with you. Witchies for life.
That's what Daniel said. Daniel made a video this morning and shared. Daniel actually did a vlog this morning, because he is going to start vlogging a little bit more. He's been sharing a lot of music and stuff. But he was sharing his little garden this morning on a video, and sorry, I got sidetracked because I saw a comment. I can't read the comments and talk at the same time. And he was talking about always pronouncing it Dr. Witch. That is my favorite for tomato sandwiches, to be sure. It's really mild. It's like, I don't know, it's got just a really good flavor. Somebody asked about the pronunciation of Aslan. I'm pretty sure it's Aslan.
I always said Aslan.
Aslan.
You're talking about the lion?
Yeah, the lion.
Aslan.
That's
what I always said.
I don't know. Lawn, land. What is it?
Potato. Tomato.
Someone said
Witchies, Wychies. Oh, we're on a roll.
Aslan. I don't know. Thank you so much for your tomato pruning video. I had a mess last year.
Cindy Lopez says Maya's right.
Well, I believe Cindy. And you, my darling.
I literally am telling you right now, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you how I be saying it.
Jerry said, am I a ride or die woman? I don't really know what that means.
Tell me what that means.
Is it
appropriate?
I assume that that's like referencing like being like faithful. I'm pretty intensely.
Oh yeah, she's ride or die.
Is that what that means? We don't know. Like sometimes I need to know. I just want
it to be cool.
Sometimes I need to know what things are, so I look them up on Urban Dictionary. But I do that with like great trepidation, because you never know what you're gonna get.
I think I'm right, Lauren.
You should try to sound out words with a Southern accent. Yeah, my Southern comes out sometimes. I don't realize how much of an accent I have until I hear myself doing a YouTube video, and then I'm like, dang.
What's Tuscumbia?
Alabama.
Tuscumbia?
That's where we stopped to look at those plants when we went by Dan's work.
It was
Remember?
called Tuscumbia?
That's that town.
I don't even remember being there.
Well, it's kind of connected. There's a bunch of towns that are really close there.
Oh, okay.
In the Shoals area.
Yeah, we weren't staying for very long. We barely even had said hi to Daniel.
Lauren said she's ride or die as long as you ain't going against what God said. Thank you, Greenwich's Homestead. Thank you. That's so sweet. Okay, ride or die means you stand behind Maya with him even if he's right or wrong till the end.
Oh, she ride or die. To her own detriment. Sometimes I was dumb. I don't make right choices. And she's like, all right. I'm like, all right, I'm going to nose down the plane. It'll be fine. She's like, all right, well, I'm in it to win it.
Hey, I trust Jesus. You know what? That's the ticket to being ride or die.
You can be ride or die with anybody with Jesus.
I know. Because
seriously,
literally sometimes
some friendships need ride or die for Jesus.
We have moments in our marriage that like I've been like, I don't think this is a good idea. And he's like, oh, we're doing this. And I'm like, okay. I'll just like sit back and be like, okay, Lord, I trust you. I love you. Jeremiah is really, really good at coming around. Like, generally speaking, if I get out of the way and let God deal with him, it's better that way.
Yeah, remember?
He actually shared this in our talk at Baker Creek.
Did that part get cut off?
It might have. I don't know if that was in that
I'm really
video.
sad. One of these days, we're going to get the whole talk. And then I'll show you guys. Because, like, it messed up when we first went to Santa Rosa last year. But I was sharing, like, one of the scariest moments of my life was when my mom was fed up with me. And she looked at me. She's like, you know what? I'm just going to turn you over to God. I was like, whoa. No, you're not. You don't have the authority. It's like, oh, wait, you do? Okay, don't do that. Like, keep me here. Whatever you do, never turn me over to God, because that sounds scary.
The Princess Heifer shirt.
Oh, I haven't shown you yet.
No, he hasn't shown me.
I'll show it
Thank
to
you
her.
for
I've been
reminding.
working all day. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, man.
But yeah, the turn you over to God thing, that's been kind of the way. Ride or die with Jesus. That should be your manly shirt. Yeah. Florida Grown said 1,000% agree with stepping out of the way and letting God deal with your spouse.
Asked you 3 questions again.
Pam.
I'm sorry, Pam. I didn't see him. The chat's going really fast.
If you say it again, it looks like it's slowing down a little bit. So maybe we'll get to see that if you want to ask again.
Sorry.
Oh, did Daniel get back in? Daniel, I gave the person your email that was trying to get a hold of you. They're local to you. Love that. Turn it over to God story. Ann and Andy's homestead. Y'all were at Baker Creek, weren't you? Yeah, that is the beautiful thing about trusting God, is that even if you find yourself in a situation where you are, a job or even, in a relationship and God's told you to be there, but you feel like someone's making poor decisions or whatever, you really can trust him, because like if you're trusting him and if you're staying in a place where you're listening to him, you'll be okay. See you, Sir Stink-a-Lot.
Sir Stink-a-Lot.
Daniel, Harvesting the Bounty, asked what's for dinner. Daniel was grocery shopping. I went and I called
lettuce, rice.
Did Pam ask her other question? I haven't seen it. I want to make sure that we get that. I don't want her to feel like we're not seeing her.
I can start scrolling backwards.
You want to go make sure that the kids know that they can come in? Will you ask? We'll tell my mom. They don't have to stay out there. We're about to wrap this up. I just wanted to get to that one question. Low Cash Homestead. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes we have to get out of our own way. In all seriousness, I think the times that, just as a wife, that Maya has been like wrong and I have been wanting, like, God has used those times that he has been wrong to bring out something better in me by teaching me that I don't have to have control of a situation in order for it to be okay. Because for a long time, because I am really measured in making decisions. I don't make rash decisions generally. I take my time and I'm real cautious. And so it was easy for me to have my feelings of security wrapped up in my own decision making. And that's not really trusting God. And so he actually has used the situations where Jeremiah was initially wrong in something to actually bring about a greater level of trust and obedience in me, to him, and just staying in a place of trust to him and just knowing that he loves me and he loves Jeremiah. And honestly, when I get out of the way and stop trying to control him, then God's able to actually do what he needs to do. And I don't know. We've been married for almost 10 years now, long enough to learn those things. Cypress.
I turn Zach over to God every time he questions my me from the farm.
Single dad, God has been singing in my heart loudly for the last few weeks. I love that, and I would love to hear about it. What is Daniel's YouTube name? It's Daniel Smith Psalmist. If somebody would link that, that would be awesome. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Mom, do you want to come on the camera or no thanks?
No, thank you, but hello.
My mom says hello, guys. She's been here hanging out with the kids. She came out for Mother's Day. And,
Red Pen and Hey, the Blossoms may be officiated on the nature on the tomato I got you the seeds for recently, though. Thought of that. Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much. I didn't see Pam ask another question.
Hope she didn't get mad. It's not on purpose.
So fast.
I promise.
They're all saying hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hi, Garden.
I want to see your mama. She doesn't want to see you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys, for sharing the link to Daniel's channel. I appreciate that. So, again, thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. For those who have mothered or cared for people or in any capacity in that sense, and for you single dads, happy Mother's Day. The ones that are standing in the gap, and for the ones that are living that mom life. Thank y'all. We appreciate you. Are you gonna say bye to everyone?
Oh yeah. Bye, guys.
We bless you.
We bless you.